Hello guys, welcome to the Selenium training. This is Anshul Chauhan from easybix.com, and today we are going to see how we can verify that element is exist on the web page or not. Okay, so let's move to our high level agenda for today's training. So very first we will see verify visibility of the element on web page. So what does it mean? So in the automation testing or in manual testing, many times we have to verify that particular element is available on particular web page or not. Like if you are on a registration form on any website, then sometimes you need to check that create account or submit button is available on the web page to submit the registration form or not. So to verify the presence of element or verify the state of element on the web page, we have a different available methods inside the Selenium. So we are going to discuss each of them, how we can use that and what is the benefit of each of that method. So very first is isSelected function. So isSelected function is a function inside the Selenium library which will tell you that particular web element is selected or not. Like you have a checkbox in your web page, you have some kind of checkbox or a radio button. You have a radio button or a checkbox, and you need to verify that by default the radio button or the checkbox is selected or not. Like your organization is developing some kind of web application where you need license or user need to submit kind like terms and condition checkbox. Then by default the checkbox is checked or unchecked. You need to test that. So this function may help us. Okay, so it's selected directly return true if the particular web element is already selected. Like it could be a radio button or it could be a checkbox, or the function will return false if the particular web element is not selected. So to test the selected method, I have already designed a script. First we need to create a class like verify element select class. So I have already designed the script, or I have already prepared the script, because in the previous tutorials we have already seen how we can verify the web elements, how we can find out the web elements, how we can open the web browser, and how we can open the web application. So to save the time, I have prepared the script, and let's try to understand the script. So very first I will create the object of the WebDriver, and in the next method inside the before test, we have already discussed the before test, after test, and the test annotation inside the TestNG tutorials. Inside the before test I have created the method open browser. Inside I am first assigning the Chrome driver.exe path, and then opening the creating the object of the Chrome driver. In the very next line I am maximizing the window and opening the web application. Okay, so let's first move to this web application. Go to the Chrome. So you can see inside this web application I have a radio buttons and checkbox. So you can see the REST API checkbox is by default selected and the Selenium checkbox is not selected. Okay, so this is the best web page to test the isSelected method of the Selenium. Okay, in the next method I am closing the browser. Okay, so let's move to our test case. Verify create account test. This is the name of my test case. In the very first line I am creating a web element of the REST checkbox. What checkbox? This is the checkbox. Okay, to which I am creating the element inside my test script using find by ID. Okay, the ID is REST API box. So you can see, let's move our cursor to here. So you can see the ID is REST API box for this particular checkbox. You can see the particular checkbox is in gray, is highlighted. When I move the cursor over here and there, the highlighted pane is changing. So you can see this ID, the Selenium box is ID for the Selenium checkbox, and the REST API box is ID for the REST API checkbox. Okay, in the very next line I have put the isSelected method on my web element, and I am saving the value what isSelected will return in a flag. Why I am keep it at a boolean type? Because I know the isSelected will return true if the particular checkbox or the radio button is selected, and it will return false if the particular checkbox or radio button is not selected. and in the very next line I am printing the value of my flag. Okay, then I am creating the web element of the Selenium box, Selenium checkbox, this checkbox. Okay, you can see the ID of the Selenium checkbox is Selenium box. So I am creating the web element of the Selenium box. I am performing the same operation, is selected on Selenium checkbox and printing the value of that flag. So as per our understanding, the first flag should return true and the second flag should return false. So let's execute the test case to verify the result. Run as TestNG test. So it will open the browser, maximized it, the web application is getting opened. Okay, test has been performed and we got the result. So you can see, is REST API checkbox selected, the value is true. Why? This flag is returning true. And is Selenium checkbox is selected, the value is false. So using this way, using the selected method of the Selenium, you can check the particular checkbox or radio button available on the web page is selected or not. Okay, and our next is using isEnabled function. So what is isEnabled? So isEnabled is written true if the web element on which we are performing isEnabled is enable, or it will return false if the particular web element is not enabled. So how we can verify it? So in many web applications we have seen, if you are performing some operation, okay, so suppose you are on a web page here where you need to put some entries and save the form. Okay, so on some web applications there is a limitation when you will click on the checkbox like term and condition accepted, then the save button will be enabled. Before that, the save button or the send submit button should be disabled. So these kind of functions is very helpful in this kind of testing. Okay, so we can see how we can easily use the isEnabled function. So this is the script of my isEnabled. Okay, and I am performing my testing on facebook.com, and what I am trying to do, I am testing the create account button. Okay, so let's see the create account button on facebook.com. Okay, this button is enabled. Okay, I am performing the isEnabled on it. So let's note the web locator of this create account button. So you can see the ID is u_0_n. Okay, u_0_n. So I am creating the web element of this of create account button and performing the isEnabled on it. Okay, and verifying the result. So for the safer side, log the result as well. System is create account enabled and print the value of flag. Okay, on the same way I am performing the assertion on the flag. So I am performing assert true. Okay, what does it mean? If the flag value is false, then assertion will be failed and test case will be failed. If the flag value is true, then assertion will be passed and test case will be passed. So let's execute it. Okay, in the before method I am doing the same work, creating the object of the Chrome driver and passing the maximizing the window, opening the web application. In the after test I am closing the window, and inside my test method I have created the web element of create account button. Then I perform the operation isEnabled, recording the output and performing the assertion of the test on the test case. So let's execute it. So it opened the browser. Now the Facebook is going to open. Okay, the operation has been performed and browser has been closed. So you can see my test goes pass. Okay, it has been passed and I'm getting the true. Okay, it means the create account button is enabled by default. Okay, you can there could be any kind of application of this particular function. You can use it on web application anywhere, like before entering the text in any text box, or you can put is enabled. If the text box is enabled, then put the text, otherwise leave it. So there are kind of lot of applications of this particular function. Okay, so let's move to our next slide. The next function is isDisplayed. So as its names express itself like isDisplayed, it will return true if the web element is displayed on the web page, and otherwise it will return false. So how this kind of function or how is displayed is helpful. So in many web applications you have seen already, like if you have a top navigator bar, top menu bar, okay, there are some kind of options available. So like suppose if you have already your account or if you have already the form, then the edit button should be present over there. Otherwise first you need to create the account or create the forum or create anything, any kind of operation, then the edit button will be enabled, will be displayed. Okay, so this kind of function is helpful in this kind of testing, like when we need to test is some kind of buttons or some kind of web elements displayed by default, or are they displaying after some kind of operation or not. Okay, so let's move to the test code for this particular so this is the class verify element is present. I'm doing the same work. I'm creating the object, then I'm opening the browser and opening the web application, again the Facebook, then inside the after method I'm closing the browser. Just I'm closing the browser. Let's move to the slide, move to the test case. So I'm creating the web element of create account label. So what is this label? I'm creating the web element of this label, create an account. I'm verifying that particular text create an account is visible on website or not. Okay, so here I'm creating the class msb underscore 251 qa fs1 fwb underscore fcb, and the text is present inside the span, and span is the child label of that particular class. So using the same way I'm creating the css selector of this particular locator, like div class, putting the class value, and after a space I'm putting the span. Okay, so we have already seen how we can design the css locators in the previous tutorials. So if you don't have any idea how we can design the css selectors and how we can design the locators for web element, then please go to the tutorial locators in Selenium, and you will find out the all details about the locators and how we can find out the web elements inside the Selenium. Okay, inside on that particular web element I am performing the operation is displayed. So if the particular text is displayed on that particular website, then this will return true, otherwise this will return false. Okay, and using the same way I am putting the assertion over it. Okay, if you want to do, you can do one thing. You can print out the text value, like text is available, text is present, and put it flag, so it will return true, print true if the text is present or not. Okay, and you can do one thing, you can also print the text. What is the text? Okay, so text is, and how we can extract the text from a web element is, we have already a function inside the Selenium for this. So you need to put the get text. Okay, to get the text of a web element you need to put the get text. So web element dot get text is, it will return the text of that particular web element to you. Okay, so we will log it or print it inside the console, and after that we will put the assertion. So let's execute it. So you can see browser is getting open, Facebook is getting open. Okay, you can see the text present is true, it means is displayed is returning true, and text is create an account. You can see the text was create an account. This was the text, create an account. Okay, and the test case got passed. So these are the three methods. With the help of these three methods you can verify the text is available on a web page or not, or particular web element is selected or not, it is enabled or disabled, it is displayed or not displayed. Okay, so thank you guys, this is all for the day. If you like my video, then please if you have any query, any kind of query, any comment, then put your inside the comments, and we will be happy to answer you. If you like the video, then please press the like button and share the video so that other people also get the benefit of these tutorials. Thank you.